Is Halloween a thing in the UK? Like, I mean, it's getting a little bit bigger each year in Australia with parties and people dressing up. But what about the UK? Is Halloween a
I mean,
thing?
I think it always has been. Look, I have four children. I mean, they're grown up now, but when they were little, I always used to go trick-or-treating with them and
Yeah,
dress up and go to, if you were with a sports club or anything, they used to have little parties there, or we used to have
right.
Halloween parties at home where you used to make jelly and put their hands in and say it's the witch's guts and intestines with spaghetti and stuff. So it was fun. I mean, yeah, we do. I mean, we're not as big on it as America because they
No.
really do go to town on it. But um, I think England do celebrate it. We always do at home. We always put
Okay.
lots of things in the windows and pumpkins, and we're always happy to have people knocking on the door. And we've always got a big bowl of sweets ready because I always think about the children. If they're
Sure.
going on doors and stuff. I guess safety wise, it's changed a lot over the
Yeah.
years, but yes, we do have a tradition in England.
Yeah, most of the time it's done during the afternoon here, so at night the kids aren't running around by themselves anyway.
Of course. I mean, in England, I think that lots of the parents do go. I
Mm.
know Jonathan and myself used to go when the children were younger, and we all went together, all dressed up. Um, Jonathan was actually quite scary because he used to dress as a werewolf, so it's a little bit too much. But no, it was fun, and I think that as it gets to the nighttime, I think the older children tend to go out, and that's when everyone
Yeah,
just
sure.
takes a pumpkin out the window.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I noticed in the credits of Halloween, the movie we're sort of focusing on today, that there's going to be like action figures or toys available.
Yes, I think so. Yes,
That's
there are going to
huge.
be.
I mean,
Yeah,
is that a thing that you want to sell this Halloween as part of the movie?
maybe not this. I keep getting the model. I keep saying it's called Halloween now because of the movie, but probably not this Halloween. But I think we'll just see
Right.
how it goes. Actually, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Now you play Dr. Marks,
yes,
and you got the white lab coat on and everything like that. Does that sort of help your acting, getting into character, putting on that costume? Did you get a
yeah.
clipboard as well?
I do actually have a clipboard. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's quite natural, isn't it? I mean, if you were going to have a hip operation or any operation, and you went and someone was sitting there in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You'd be like, sorry, what are your qualifications? Are you okay? Or are you just passing in or dropping in or are you visiting? But I think when you do go and see anyone of authority and like you're
Yeah.
sitting there in a beautiful suit and I think people look at you a bit differently. If you want to be treated like a bum, just dress like one. That's what I always say.
Well, I love the lab coat. I thought that was pretty cool. It looked good on you anyway.
It made me feel really brainy, actually.
Now, part of the movie, or main part of the movie, is a clown, a sinister clown. Why do you think clowns are so scary? Like going back years and years, and even now, kids and adults can be afraid of clowns. What is it?
I don't know. I think it's the sort of the very white paint with bright
Okay.
red lips and the sort of triangle eyes and then this sort of usually big sort of red hair or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never really been scared of clowns myself. I'm
No,
more
me
scared
either.
of things like seagulls and things that flap in my
Oh,
face and mice running around, which that's another story that was on set. But
oh,
you know, yeah, we were filming in this sort of industrial basement. So lots of my scenes were sort of
yeah,
down this basement in London and just
yeah.
running were mice everywhere. And that's one of my phobias. And we were doing night shoots and I had fallen asleep for about 10 minutes and I had my legs crossed and I was sort of leaning up on the chair like this. And
Oh
I woke up
no.
and there were three mice hanging off my boot when I uncrossed my legs.
Oh.
I was freaking out, honestly. It's horrible.
Well,
Um,
I hope the
yeah.
cameras were rolling. They would have got like enough reaction from you.
Yeah, no, they weren't. No, no.
Oh, well, that was one thing I was going to ask you about is the location. So you're in a basement. What about the house? Was that someone's house or was it a set?
Oh no, it was an actual house. Yeah, we
Mm.
had that as a location. So that was nice. So that was pretty good. But we don't spend too much time there. It's more the majority of it is in the asylum. which
Yeah.
was yeah, which is
And
pretty horrific, really.
oh yeah, lights flashing, the atmosphere looked kind of
Damn,
creepy,
it just
and the
I
plastic hanging down.
Yeah, it was very atmospheric. I think the one thing about this movie is if you're thinking when you go and see it, that if you're thinking it's going to be more uh, of a slasher gore film, it
Mm,
really isn't. It's more suspenseful and more psychological. So
mm,
it's a more thought-provoking film, actually. It has a lot to unpack. It has lots of layers. It's not black and white. It's got lots of grey areas, and
mm.
it's all throughout the film. It's, well, who's right and who's wrong? It's a bit like the world nowadays. What do you think? How do you think? It could go either way. You could think
Yeah.
one person's right or one person's wrong. It's, like nowadays with the world, it's such a, we're on such a one or the other path. So I think the film's a bit like that too. Phil Claydon, who was the director, I think
Yeah.
he sort of did it more like a sort of um, like a film where it's sort of anti sort of authority. So as me being Dr. Alan Marks, I was more the sort of the matriarch, and
Yeah.
he saw me as, you know, the person coming in. Maybe I'm not as good as I'm meant to be. I don't know. It's a really, like, if you like me, you'll probably be on my side, and if you don't, you'll be on the other person's side. It's a very strange film.
Well,
But
it certainly kept me guessing, and your mum to two energetic daughters that you want to protect, obviously. But then
yes,
there's a few twists in the tale as well.
yeah,
So it was a good sort of difference of opinion to what you thought was going to happen than what actually happened.
yeah. I mean, look, Phil Claydon, he wrote, directed, and edited the whole movie.
Okay.
He really, his attention to detail is fantastic. He's high energy. He brings high energy. He's intense. He's
Yeah.
perfectionist, and he got everything he wanted out of the film. He made sure that it was meticulously done. Every scene was done exactly how he wanted it, to the budget that we had. And
Mm.
I think he did a great job. Really did.
Was it a micro budget, or did you
Yeah.
sort of have a bit of leeway?
No, it was a micro budget movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we all did really well to what we had. And we had great locations, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. I think that was pretty much 50% of
Yeah.
the enjoyment and the atmospheric, part of the film was where you were.
Well, yeah,
Definitely.
that's one thing about Jonathan, is he's very, very good at getting the locations nailed. So
Yeah.
once he saw that, it was right, let's try and do something like that. Thrashing around ideas about this film. And then Phil wrote one that we sort of liked, and
Mm.
we thought, right, let's go for it. And Jonathan always had that in his mind, that location. So it was sort of, it was all good planning, really.
Were you kept away from Roman Summers, in character, or was he not a method actor? You just associated with him off screen
He,
as well.
well, no, yes and no. He's
It
very
seemed
intense.
like he was so intense.
He is. I mean, look, he's absolutely mesmerizing on screen, as you know, you've watched the film, right? And
Yeah.
he's so into it. He's theatrical with it. He's a sort of cross between Joker and Hannibal Lecter, with a bit of a splash of Art the Clown thrown in as
Very
well.
much.
He really is, and he really took that role. He immersed himself in it, and he just
Mm.
took over that character. And really, all the ad-libbing bits that he did in it were amazing, and it was all him. And yeah, I think he was fantastic for the role. Really good. When you think he's dressed as a clown, it was in the whole thing. It was fantastic.
The
Fantastic.
clown in the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And you've worked with the great Michael Paré previously. How did you just have to ask him to come on board for this one?
Oh yeah, he's a really dear friend and very good friends with Jonathan, and he's definitely part of our Shogun little repertoire that
Yeah.
we have with actors. So, look, he's a fantastic actor, brilliant. If I could work with Michael Paré in every single film, I would. That's how I feel. He is brilliant. He turns up. He turns it on. He's just, he's charismatic. The screen loves him, and
Mm.
he's brilliant. Absolutely, and
Mm.
such a lovely, lovely. gentleman to work with. We've had the best times. We've stayed in the same hotel, and I'd be having a margarita to and he'd be sitting there with a fish and chip supper, and he was really cool. He'd go to the gym, and he was just such a really, really
Yeah.
genuinely nice guy to work with, and a fantastic actor, brilliant. I'm doing another movie with him later on this year where he has quite a big part in, and I'm just so looking forward to that.
Is that Werewolf Hunt?
Yes, it is.
Well, he has been in a very good werewolf movie previously called Bad Moon, so he
Yes,
knows what
he
he's
has.
doing.
He has indeed. So he'll be able to bring something different to our movie, I'm sure.
The movies I have seen you do previously and this one, a lot of physical attributes to your character. Like, is that also help your acting? Do you have to keep fit for these roles, or are you
Yes.
naturally,
Oh yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm in
healthy?
my 50s and my mid
That's
50s.
okay. Nothing wrong with
And
that.
and no, but I mean, you've got to keep yourself. I do work out every day, and I eat well, and you have to enjoy yourself as well. Of course, you have to
Sure.
enjoy a glass of wine. I'm not saying, you have to not enjoy your life. But yes, I do all my own stunts. I used to
Yeah,
train
right.
martial arts. I did ballet since I was 3. I've always been quite a physical person anyway. And uh, so long may it rain.
Well, before we wrap up, will we see like the further adventures of, Dr. Marks at all, or is there something else happening maybe down the track? Because it was an open ending. I don't want to spoil too much, but it is,
It was.
yeah.
So let's see. Who knows? Who knows?
Uh, your production company is getting bigger. Like, is it something that you've been wanting to do for a while, like, or has it been something that's just you fell into to start making your own movies?
Um, it's not really something that I fell into. Yeah, we definitely decided that we wanted to
Yeah.
open up our own production company as a husband and wife, and really sort of put our heads together and really create Shogun Films, being something. When you see the logo Shogun Films, you're going to get a good movie. Doesn't matter what genre it is. Just want people to know
Okay.
that it's a good film to watch. So yeah,
A
there's a lot.
solid
I
name,
have 5 coming
Shogun.
out in the next, from now to the first quarter next year. So we've got a lot going on at the minute.